So anyway, that they came up with that as to, I guess it might be to keep up with Mixer or YouTube as far as that goes. So, oh, sound's still on. Hang on a second.
What's going on, everybody?
Howdy, howdy. It looks like we're live. So Pepper Potts is in the house. Charles is in. Eric. I saw Steven earlier. Dojo. Who else is in here? Barnyard Chicken. Rocky's in the house. Hey, Rocky.
Lisa's always hanging in the background.
Yeah, she said hi to me earlier.
Dojo. It's like 3 in the morning over there.
Hey. So howdy, howdy, everybody.
I am into pain. Pepper Pud, Steve Miller, Rob Schaller.
Oh, I missed third Rob.
And Dave from Tilapia Store.
Tilapia Store too. I'm good.
I forgot to turn my chat to live chat, like always. Yeah, if you're wondering why we're so late, Hangouts is being a biatch lately. Like every single person in Hangouts comes up as unknown, and it won't recognize anybody. So unless I have your email address, I can't get in touch with you. It was like that on my phone for a while, but now my computer's that way.
I wonder if I can take and add somebody.
You got the little people adding person above you, up top.
Charles, you want to join us?
I sent Charles a link because I found a message that he sent me like, I don't know, 6 months ago or something. But that's how I had to do it, was copy the link and then go in and individually like send a link to everybody. Because I can't just add people and then once they're added, they go to the Hangout and they could click the link there.
Okay, I can't add anybody either because every one of mine say unknown.
It's what I'm talking about. Isn't that a pain?
Yeah, it's got to be tied in with PLC going away.
Well, with the Google Plus? No, it's different than Google Plus.
Yeah, but they use the same database. It has all their icons and everything there, but says unknown, unknown, unknown.
See, I don't even have icons.
It might have been Hangouts, might have been a sub part of Google Plus, and since Google Plus is gone, the database is gone. Not everything transferred over.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I just see a bunch of like, you were in a call with unknown.
Yep.
I have a bunch of them. You were in a call with unknown and unknown and unknown and unknown. Like I was talking to them last night.
Yeah. Charles, can you check your Hangouts and see if everybody's listed as unknown? Because maybe we got to take and refriend them or something.
I'm not exactly sure, but you can't friend them unless you got their, well, I don't know about friending them, but you can't add them unless you have their email address. I know. Every single person I always talk to, none of them pop up. The only person that pops up is Susie. Pretty weird, huh?
Yeah.
I could see your eyes darting around like, what the heck is going on? That's where I'm at. Try starting a live stream like that. I'm like, oh, all I got to do is add these people. And you type in like the first two letters of their name and they usually pop right up. First two letters and nothing pops up. Like you type one letter and it comes up with people I've never added to the chat ever in my entire life. It'll be like Rob Bob, you know, that Rob Bob's backyard aquaponic gardening. I've never talked to that guy on Hangouts ever. But yet if I type in RO, he's the only guy that pops up.
Yeah, I tried creating a new group too, and it's still using Charles as nothing, but I can bring up the last conversation from him.
What's up, Devin? That's Heart's Adventures.
Interesting. Oh, not really.
Yeah, I wouldn't say interesting, just frustrating.
Yeah, and how are you supposed to add them now if you can't get in there?
I don't know. Now you see my level of frustration.
Yep. Okay, so I sent a message saying test to Charles, and he wrote back test, so it looks like it's in there. And
I mean, Rob Z's here every Monday, and I couldn't find his name to save my life. I had to go scroll back and find like with Charles, I had to scroll back like 6 months to find a conversation that we were having like 6 months ago and send him the link that way. With Rob Z, I scrolled back. It was January or something. No, maybe it was February or something like that. No, maybe it was March.
okay. Yeah, Charles says he's not coming on, Bill. All right. Derek versus, don't know that one, but hey, Derek.
What's up, Derek? What's up, TJ?
Hey, Funakoshi. Okay. Funakoshi?
Oh, TJ?
Okay. How's everyone? Doing pretty all right. We got into the 50s today.
We were almost 80 yesterday. We were almost 80 today. And right now it's, I think, going down to 48. I fell asleep on my chair with the door open and woke up like shivering. Like, what the heck is going on? Oh, so you got his last name right. Funakashi?
I thought I said Funakoshi.
Oh, well, maybe I didn't.
Yeah, 55 here right now. Then again, I might have pronounced his last name a couple different times, but anyway. So what's new and exciting, Yashar?
I thought it was cold. It says 61 here.
Brando's in the house. Hey, Brando.
What's up, Brando?
Now, you're saying on the top of the screen, the little person to add. You're not talking in the view screen. You're talking in the chat screen, right?
In the Hangouts.
Yeah, because I do that. It wants to create a new group. It won't let me just take and add somebody there.
See, mine will allow me to add people, but it doesn't recognize anybody. If you type in any of the letters, like you have to type in their whole email address, which I don't know about you, but I don't keep a list of everybody's email address.
Yeah, I don't either.
Actually, I think the only person's email address I have is Bounty, and that's because he sent it to me like a week ago. So if I go to the chat that I have with him and scroll up and scroll up and scroll up, eventually I can find it. That's the only way I was able to add him the last couple times. What's up,
Charles, I'm going to send you a link again. Would you check and see if you get it? See if this works. Sorry, I'm using you as a guinea pig. I just tried to add a few more people. Blumberg is in the house. You could have Rob take and go into the messages and send you a message with his email address in it. Maybe. That might have been for me.
Hang on. No, this is the call I was waiting for.
All right. So, yeah, Charles, I don't know if you got it or not, but um, sorry to bug you about it. Blum, having problems with the Hangouts tonight. Everybody's coming up as unknown, and everybody else having the same issue where everything's coming up unknown. I want to find out if it's just us or not. Figure it's got to be something tied with uh, the Google Plus, because you go there to friend them and then it copies the data over here. Dojo says same here. Hangouts has been really messed up lately, says Bloomberg. All right. Everybody's saying hi back and forth. So, like I was saying, the weather here has gotten to be pretty nice. Now, granted, he's saying 80 degrees, and that's nice, but when you get to minus 50, 53, 55, it feels pretty nice out. People walking around in shorts and t-shirts and that kind of stuff. Where when I was in Georgia and it was 53, people were walking around in parkas with the hoods up and zipped all the way up and freezing and shaking, and yeah. That's great news though, Rob. Yep. Hopefully the next couple of weeks we'll be able to um, start putting plants out. Hopefully it stays warm for you. Yeah, think of it this way. A week ago today it was 73 degrees. Last Wednesday we had a blizzard that started Wednesday night, lasted all day Thursday, all day Friday, and into Saturday morning. We got a whole bunch of snow, shut the area down, and now we're back at Monday in the 50s again. And we probably got like 10 inches of snow before it started raining. And now most of the snow, other than where the plows pushed it, is all gone. And I'll start planting in probably about a week. Cool. Glad to hear it, Blum. Where was I going with this? So, an interesting little fact. They have the National Tornado Warning Awareness Test Day. In Minnesota, they canceled the tornado warning test day because we were having a blizzard during a flood. Only in Minnesota do you get those three things in one place. So yeah, water's overrunning the banks and lowlands are all flooded out, and we're having a blizzard. All at the same time. How do you like those apples? Oh, we got Pepper Potts has been doing a pretty good job, or a great job, with the plants that we have at the shop. I don't have a whole lot this year, but I've got a bunch that are going to go out. But the aphids came back with a very large vengeance this year and has slowed everything way down. That's why I haven't put any videos out lately, is because some of the plants, the aphids are leaving them alone for the most part. But other ones, they get up to a certain point, and then boom. Uh, when is your last scheduled frost usually there? Usually it's within the first couple weeks of April. Only twice have I seen it snow in April. And in 1995, was it? Yeah, 1995, when I moved back from Las Vegas, I moved back on April 15th and got stranded in Nebraska in a blizzard. BD says, hello, hello, everyone. Post everybody's names on it. Hey, BD Beats. I tried sending you the link to get on, but it's not. It's saying everybody's unknown. So I don't know if you got the invite, BD. I think I sent one to Blumberg too. The chat girls in the house. Hey guys, how is everyone? Doing pretty all right. Rev had to take off for a minute for a call that he's been waiting for a couple hours. So yeah, important enough for him to get up and walk away. So you're just stuck with me for a minute, just a babbling away. But yeah, we would have more people in here if it wasn't for the hangouts. And I don't mean to keep harping on it, but what a pain in the backside. Yeah, I did get the invite. I'm just working on a design watermark for overlays. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'd like to do some more of the uh, graphics for the Twitch stuff. Add in a couple more sections on my page. I had the base one of the the base picture and then the font. I can accidentally do them up myself, maybe, but I don't know if I can actually do it. Cool. Just let me know, Rob. Yeah, there's a couple out there that I need to have done. I would like to have done. Blumberg says I've gotten some aphids since I moved my plants out. I'm currently waiting for JT Bear to come gather up his cattle that got loose on my land. Yeah. Well, the pepper pots put out these fly traps that are bright yellow, and aphids aren't supposed to, or adult aphids aren't supposed to be attracted to them. But he put them out anyway, and it's just um, they're just filling up. The aphid adults are flying around, and they're just sort of happening to land on them. The Dedo de Mocha, that's the one that's sprouting. Cool. Thank you. How are you doing? Gay one. Don't know that particular name. Howdy. Welcome. Smash that like button, everyone. Yeah. Get that cattle. Well, one thing I like about putting the plants out is once the wasps start coming out, they go through and they'll just go leaf to leaf to leaf, just eating all the aphids up. It's actually rather fascinating to watch. Well, I did the video of the one. Happy Pepper's in the house. Hey, Happy Pepper. But yeah, hopefully we can get them out. Pepper Potts did put some of them out the other day, or last week when it was nice out, just to let them get some sunshine. Oh man, if somebody called me Diet Coke, I would be insulted to no end. But then again, I'm not a fan of it, so I won't judge. Is it still snowing up there? Nope, we got up to 53. The snow turned to rain last Saturday, and it rained off and on throughout the day, and knocked most of the snow back and got it to melt faster. But otherwise, we've been in the upper 40s, lower 50s. Dr. Pepper, that's better than Diet Coke. So anyway, we got a few plants that'll be going out. Uh, I'm not going to have a huge assortment this year, and I'm keeping a little more mid-range with them for the most part. The scorpion, again, this is why I haven't done any videos lately, is because aphids have attacked the scorpion and wreaked a bunch of havoc on it. So it's been cut way, way back. It's probably maybe a third to at the most half of what it was in the last video. So yeah. So what am I eating? I don't have anything other than hot Skittles here to eat. So that's not much fun. And you don't want to watch me eat those while I'm sitting here chatting by myself either. Okay, question and answer time. Ask your questions. I know. That one's a loaded one, and I'm going to regret saying it. For those that watch Dave, that new blend that he came up with sounds really good. I won't ever get to try it because it's got tomato powder in it, but it sounds really good. I like the way he's been kind of teasing it in the end of the one video and then putting it into this one and telling us what's in it, but no name or anything else. The Fixter's in the house. Hey, Fixter, how you doing tonight? Tony says, "What's up, everybody? What's going on, panel? Hello to everyone in the chat." So, Bounty by Observations here. Bounty, did you get an invite? With the way that Hangouts is, it doesn't look like they're going out and it's saying everybody's unknown. So, yeah. Sunshine Cooper, not familiar with your name either, so welcome. For those that don't know, Rob Z is who I am. Been on this particular stream for over a year now. Actually, it's coming up on a year and a half. Brother Brownie, love you, bro. Hot Sauce Junkie Tim. Howdy, Hot Sauce Junkie Tim. Welcome to the stream. I want that powder mix for Bloody Marys. Oh, I don't blame you, Third Rob. I haven't been able to taste the Bloody Mary since the 80s because of the tomato juice that's in them. Smash this live stream, everyone. Let's see. What do I think of the Caravan? I think it's a decent vehicle for those who want something like that. Not my style. I'll never own one. I've driven one once, didn't like it. Say hi to beautiful Mrs. Bounty Brother. Any other new names? Stephen is Slime Time Live. Say hi to Junior Bounty. Derek BS. I think you were in earlier, and I think I said hi to you. But if not, hey, welcome. Ah, the chat's moving along. He's asleep right now. All right. So, let's see. Ivan spelt my name wrong. He said ROB space Z. Spelt my name wrong. But hi, hey Ivan. Welcome to the stream. Let's see here. Honey, just wake up. I can't sing. No more cold and throat bet. Ah. Okay. Chat's gone a little faster than I can read it. Okay, question. Best way to kill larvae and gnats on my plants? Uh, I don't know on the larvae. Well, when it comes to gnats, I've never had an issue with gnats. I know larvae for whiteflies is hydrogen peroxide in water that burns through their skins and kills all the larvae off. But that's whiteflies are also in the soil. Thanks for the bounty. Yep, okay. Yo, yo, oh. Let's see. The fixture I gotta check is it on Hangouts. Okay. Hey, Rob 1, Rob 2, Rob 3, but my name isn't in there because you spelled it wrong. You can decide which one you are, but hey, just the same. Actually, I'm Rob. Blumberg is 2, and Schaller is 3. Or third Rob. King Windsor! Haven't seen your name before. Welcome to the stream. Damn, is everyone in here mod? My phone is loading the stream. Be right back. All right. I mean, I guess you can't see it on the bottom of the screen, but if I go like this and say, this is how you spell it. Now, oh, my stream just passed away too. Okay, there it goes. But there was an error. Hopefully the chat will come back up where it was. This is how you spell it. See, right there. Hey, BD Beats, how's everything going in SoFlo? I'm logging into MeWe right now online since I don't have the app on my phone. Uh-oh. Smash the like button. I agree. I didn't even look to see how many people are in here at the moment. 20. There's 19 marks on it at the moment, so we're doing pretty good. Sunshine Cooper spells it right. Hello. Hello, Sunshine Cooper. Rob, you're breaking the fourth wall. Fourth wall? Okay, Putz, you got me confused. What is the fourth wall? Ivan says, gotcha, Rob Z. Yeah, because ROB is short for Robert. My name is not Robert. It's just Rob. That's why there's 2 B's on it. Hey, Derek, go buy a lotto ticket. French for hot sauce Junkie Tim. I don't think I can do a... In fact, I'm pretty sure I can't do a forum. Nope. Out of my hands. Rev has to do that. Let's see. Bounty, we won last night to our basketball game. Awesome game. 6 win, To lose more game hope. We'd be top four and be champions this year. Cool. Me too after the last 2 days. When you message in chat, you talk to yourself through the matrix and messed up your computer. Yeah, that's probably true. Gotta be careful with stuff like that. Derek has won a lot of giveaways the last 2 days. That's why. Ah, I get you. Yeah, go buy a lotto ticket. See if the luck continues. I want to eat that bar you were eating, Tim. It's been very hot and humid. Been trying to get my plants back to normal. How about you, bro? In South Florida, I'm surprised you can't have them out all winter long. Don't complain, we got snow here. Well, there's still snow on the ground here from the blizzard last week, but it's melting away quickly. Adam C is in the house. Hakuna Mata. Okay, I'm just gonna go howdy howdy. Hey Adam, how you doing tonight? JRF is in the house. Hey everyone, hey JRF. Welcome guys. Let's see, got over 2 inches. Hopefully you're talking snow. We got about 10. Nemesis bar fixture? Okay. Yes, sir. Got scorching heats of 100 F down here for Easter. Ouch. Yeah, here in Minnesota, we don't often get that high. If we do, it's maybe for a week during end of July and early August. Eric, I wish I can. Haha. Think of me so the sunshine comes out. Dee says, love the weather. It's not the heat, it's that's hurting them. The garden pests are a problem. Ah. That thing destroyed my stomach, and that was just the sample size. Yeah, when I had that piece of the chocolate bootla, that thing messed me up for a while. I didn't eat a whole one, thankfully. There, come over in the Philippines. It's so hot here now. No. I bet 16 Reapers. Yeah, nice line among reference. Okay. I don't. Yeah, I'm just gonna let that one go. Uh, I don't know what else to talk about at the moment. Oh, the fixture's taken out. Says good night, all. Much love. That was short lived, but if you gotta go, you gotta go. Have a great night. I was laying on the old tiles in the bathroom with cap cramps. Ouch. Best thing I found to do with cap cramps is to eat a lot right after. Or right when they're starting, eat a whole bunch. It'll take and push everything through faster and make it feel better. At least for me, it does. Ivan says, Lady Beats, I hear ya. Waiting on my neem oil to get here and having to bathe my plants in water every week to keep them down to a minimum. Okay. Not that I need it. Tim, Gramps? I don't believe it. That's what Derek says. Not me, not me. Lizards instead of blizzards. Definitely. Anyone here suffer cat cramps? I hate them. Yes, I've had cat cramps numerous times. Cat cramps, not cat cramps. Kitty says, I've been the same here, man. I gotta re up on that name, too. Oh, I haven't heard that one before. See ya, pizza. Oh, I was thinking of Ryan there, but after I said it, it didn't quite work out. Had them for about 14 hours at the Valhalla sausage. That crap hurt. Well, the Valhalla sausage, I am not surprised, especially if you ate the whole thing. I mean, I don't think I'd even want to try just a piece. I don't know if Charles is still in here, but he got one of those. Charles, if you're still here, have you eaten at least part of it yet? I don't recall you saying that you had part of it. I know you weren't going to eat the whole thing. This Nemesis bar is Brutal Guys. Anyone ever heard of it? Isn't that the new one by? Oh, I can't think of the name. That made the Kimberlin bar, Crazy Kimberlin bar. I can't find it here, so I have to order from the U.S. whenever I can, and it takes 2 to 3 weeks to arrive here. Ew. Later, fixture. I'm logging into MeWe now. Uh-oh. Didn't see anything from Charles come back, so I may have logged out. I have small crystal-looking things under the leaves on my plants. What is that? Are they going to die? I don't know myself. Chad the Walrus is in the house. Hey, Chad. How you doing tonight, Chad? And welcome, of course. And the Ravs are much hotter. Uh-oh. Willie Pete's, and yep. Roger Trier? Yes, okay. Yeah, Willie Pete's Chocolate Company. I couldn't think of the name for the life of me there. I'm surprised Rev hasn't come back yet. Man, how long have I been talking all by myself? It's actually kind of fun. I guess I'm used to talking by myself and watching the chat because of all the streaming I do. But yeah, just in this one, I'm used to having somebody else to carry on the conversation. My Hoosier brother? Yeah. Yes, Derek, that's what I heard. Okay. And the ads are much hotter. Uh-oh. Ivan, Ivan, Ivan. I'm not going to read that one out loud. Let's see. Ah. I'm trying a new experiment to see how this works. Rob Z is a real trooper. Uh-oh. I don't know if that's a true statement or or if it's a sarcastic remark. Uh-huh. So with all of the people that are talking about raised beds and that kind of stuff. I thought I've got one of those trays that goes under a clothes washer, in case it springs a leak, it catches the water. Filled one of those full of potting soil, and 3, 4 feet above it, I sprinkled on some uh, pak choi seeds. And darn it, if they're not growing, must have 3, 4 dozen of them, all about 3.5 inches tall now, and just over a week. Blumberg says I was just joking. It's called edema, and I've never had it. I almost want to get it one day so I can see what it looks like. It comes from overwatering and poor circulation. Okay. Guys, check out that chocolate bar, Nemesis. I will be part of the official release. I'm scared. Packs between 28 and 30 Reapers per bar. Oh my. Nope, I'm not trying it. You guys can have that, yeah. Especially if you want to try and do it timed and do it for, yeah, records. Black Mamba's in the house. Welcome, Black Mamba. Sherry McMillan's in the house. Hey, Sherry, and welcome to you as well. Screw that. Yeah, well, I'm still not going to try it. Let's see. Pepper Tot or Pepper Pod Todd's Nemesis. Yeah. Hello, my friend. How are you? That's from Uncle Sam. Hey, Uncle Sam. Another new name in the chat I haven't seen before, so welcome. Rob Z is me, since it doesn't show up below. And let's see. Steven, nah. Laughing out loud, I didn't get sand in the potato salad. Hello again, Sherry. Hey, Tim. So BD Beats is getting the warm weather, and I think all his plants are outside. And who else is getting ready to go out with them? Blumberg said start planting next week. Hashtag Rob Todd Jeff. Yep. Oh, Paula's in the house. Hey, Paula. Hi, babes. Paula, the way you have your garden set up and the way it's all spread out like that, I think is pretty cool. I really like your setup. Now, new from one of 3 other live streams. Okay, cool. Thank you for joining us tonight. I planted my onions outside. Does that count? Yeah, that counts. You do it all one step at a time in its own areas. So yeah, definitely planting onions counts. We hot here and windy. What's up, Black Mamba? Who was it? Oh, it was Trollforge. Went to the store and bought the green onions and left about, 2 inches on them, planted them all, and they all came back and were growing. And that, that was pretty cool. They should try that sometime. We're above 90F and strong winds from the south. Where, Black Mamba, what state are you in? You're not down in Texas, are you? Because I've been hearing about um, the windstorms going down there. Rob Z, shameless plug time? Plug time for what? I think, well, Pepper Potts could probably answer that question better than me. But the lemon drops, there's at least 5 that look like they're going to survive. But it started out at like 10 or 12, but the aphids again. Um, Ivan says, Sherry, how you doing after that challenge? Sherry took a challenge? I didn't see that. Hot damn show. Hello, what's up? Hey, I haven't seen Hot Damn Show in the stream before. Welcome. And sit back and enjoy.
Okay, I'm back.
Hi. As I'm hosting the show alone, I've been on here for about an hour by myself, Paula. Rev had a call that he had to go and take care of, so.
Which makes me feel a lot better.
Good. And I'm used to doing 3 to 6 hour shows just talking by myself, so not a bad deal.
So what's going on, everybody? What's up, Black Mamba, Paula, Uncle Sam? It's Uncle Sam in a chat I was in yesterday. Yeah, you were saying Sherry was doing a challenge. She did the Toe of Satan challenge the other day, and then today she was doing, what'd she do, like a half hour? I think it was a half hour of the Toe of Satan in her mouth the whole time.
Cool. Let's see. Rob, I've done that before with green onions and kept them alive for almost 3 years. Cool. I want to try that.
Yeah, and Sherry rocked it too, by the way.
Oh, good. Yeah, about 5 or 6 ahis, still making it. I figured you would plug all your stuff being alone. No, I do that at the end, Putz. He was wondering if I was going to do a shameless plug for my Twitch stuff.
Do it.
Well, for those that don't know, I also stream on Twitch under the name of Yankees 50. And I stream 5 nights a week, play multiple games. 2 nights a week it's Minecraft, 2 nights a week it's Astroneer, and 1 night a week it's They Are Billions. But Astroneer is going to start getting replaced by Satisfactory because we've reached almost end game time other than just repetitive stuff with Astroneer. So we're talking about starting up Satisfactory. But my start times are all 9 p.m. Central Time except for Saturday, which is 6 p.m. Central Time. Yes,
And
we were talking about
I missed your last video. I just looked and I'm not wasn't subscribed. Now I am. So I fixed that. But no, I'll check that out.
Are you talking to Sherry?
No, I was talking to Derek Versus.
Okay.
He did Toe of Satan too.
Way to go, Rob, laughing out loud. Which Rob? Oh, yes, yeah. Hot Sauce Junkie Tim was asking about a wrench that he's been in so many times, and Bonnie said, why didn't you have a wrench for him? And I couldn't give him one.
Oh, no, he's already got one. That's what Bounty said, though?
Yeah. Why doesn't he have a wrench yet?
Where the heck's Bounty at? I haven't seen him in the chat yet.
Yeah, he was in earlier. I haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, he's doing movie night with the wife.
Ah.
They actually have a time off.
Dominique Williams. That's a new name for me, too. Hello, Dominique. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the stream. Back, relax. Getting on the chat.
What's up, Dominique?
Hey, Graham.
What's up, Graham?
We hope you guys are having a wonderful evening. It's going pretty good so far.
Does anybody else have the issue that they do not get Hangout messages on their phone? Like, I haven't had a Hangout message on my phone for a long time. My old phone works fine. I get messages, even though it doesn't even have a SIM card in it, it's on the Wi-Fi. I get messages. That's how I get it. But as far as like my good phone, nope.
Okay, I just got a notification from 8:42.
From 8:42.
Yeah, so an hour and 18 minutes ago.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that's who sent you the message.
No, at 8:42 from you. The thing about it saying you're adding a bunch of people. But they came up with the right name on it, though. It actually said, well, I guess Susie was right. Me and Susie were the only people who showed up. But I just sent a test message back to the group, so let's see who all gets it. You should get it. Jerry, you can't wait for sauce.
Yeah, I got it. My phone didn't go off, but I got it.
Okay. I gotta get back to the past. Meetups live. Yeah. Okay, so they went the notice through the computer. Grant says, "Hi Sherry, you did good, girl. I'm really proud of you." Yeah, I missed it, but had the toe of Satan sucker in your mouth for half an hour. That's pretty hardcore.
Yeah, I gotta be perfectly honest. I was half watching. I was also sleeping at the time.
Hey guys, oh sorry. Hey guys, the co-owner of the Nemesis Bar is here. The Hot Damn Show. Oh really? Didn't make the connection. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you. Where's the music coming from?
I don't hear any music.
I do.
My dog's snoring. Nah, I don't hear anything. Are you hearing music?
Yeah. And I don't know where from.
I don't know. I don't hear anything.
And I can mute it.
Oh. I don't know. It must be on your side then. I don't hear anything on my side.
But I don't have anything playing. It almost sounds like game music. Oh, I found it.
What's up, guys?
What's up, Bloomberg?
Much.
Bloomberg is in the house.
So you're
Yeah, I
hearing
had a
mystery
tab
music?
for. Huh?
I said you're hearing mystery music?
No, it was epic music from one of the games that somebody I watched stream plays, and his stream just went live. So his opening music, letting people get on and everything else like I do, was playing. Took me a while to find the right tab, but yeah.
On the Hot Damn Show said your sound quality sound quality sounds really good. Who are you talking to, me or Rob Z? Because we both got pretty half decent. He's got a good microphone. Mine's like a $15 special, but
This microphone only cost me $23.
oh, okay. Well, maybe mine costs like 20, but yeah, it's condenser mic.
Yeah. Yeah, my Blue Yeti is in the studio upstairs. The office upstairs.
I forgot. You used to use the Yeti.
Yep.
I have
Sorry,
bad
Blum.
audio, I'm sure, because I just use whatever microphone this laptop has. It's enough for me to be here, but it's not very good.
The voice quality sounds actually pretty good. You don't have that tinny sound or anything else, so it sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's getting better and better every time you join a live stream.
Maybe you just got to work with your microphone enough that it gets better. I've been going hard lately, so maybe that has something to do with it. It's starting to like me. We're developing a bond.
Yeah, I was live, I think 6 days out of 7 last week.
So was I.
Yeah, I was too. If
And
not,
actually, last night,
I haven't even kept track, but I know that because Bounty's been doing a bunch of streams and everybody else has got streams going, it's kind of like melded together to where it's like a never-ending live stream every day.
Yeah.
yeah.
I know. I've been on with Bounty like I don't know how many times last week.
Yeah, I love going on with Bounty. Bounty is such an awesome dude. I love it.
Wasn't it like you guys didn't go live Sunday, so he went live, and then
Yeah,
Monday?
we went live on Sunday.
No, not
Oh,
yesterday.
the last Sunday. Yeah, that's right.
Because he went live that Sunday, and then he went live the Saturday after Brando. Then he went live Sunday because you guys weren't on. Then I was live Monday with Bounty, and then Tuesday he went live because Soaps and Suds weren't around. Or wait, I think they were around last Tuesday. I think I'm thinking of the Tuesday before.
No, I think Bounty went live after Soaps and Suds because I was busy on Tuesday until late, and I was like surprised Soaps and Suds was finished. And then Bounty messaged me and was like, "If you want to hop on, hop on." And I think I hopped on Tuesday too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then Wednesday was his day, so we hopped on with him again. Oh man. Yeah, you'd be all live streamed out by now, but I'm not.
Nemesis told me that he's planning to invade every home. Oh boy, not mine, not mine.
What is the Nemesis bar?
28 to 30 Reapers chocolate bar challenge.
Wow.
Ralph's Trucking and more. Howdy, howdy. Haven't seen your name before, so welcome to the stream.
What's up, Ralph's Trucking?
What's up, Ralph's Trucking? I'm subscribed to Ralph's Trucking.
I was gonna say I know I've seen him around. I think that's somebody from Bounty's channel.
Yep.
Oh, probably. Which is perfectly fine. But yeah, I stream 6 nights a week as it is now. And last Sunday I was, as in yesterday, Saturday nights I played They Are Billions, and I was working on a custom map. And I came very close to just starting up a live stream to see if I could get some help from the people watching on how to do a couple of things. But last minute I thought, nah, I'm not good. I need to take a break at least one day a week. And I'm having fun doing it. You're both supposed to say, yeah, I'm doing it too.
Oh, I do so much live streaming, it's not even funny. The funny thing is, like, I probably do less live streaming now than I did when I first started. So I was like, oh man, everybody should be live. And I just went like 7 days a week. But that's why I created the whole network. That way I don't have to go 7 days a week. I can let other people go live instead of me.
Yeah.
Well, the network.
Yeah, well,
just a collaboration of friends.
I was just going to say it's just a group of people that are all respectful and pay attention to each other so that they're not stepping on toes and stuff. But you take a look at like Raymond Desjardins. I've been in his stream a couple of times. Just totally off the wall, not planned or anything else. I just get an invite and, oh, hi. You know, that type of thing. So that's always fun.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, I think he's just kind of random right now, but like, I don't know, a year ago or something like that, he was like doing it right before my live stream. So like he would do it like an hour or two before mine and go right up until I would go live.
Yep, but the thing, something else came up that stopped him. So instead of doing it on Monday nights, he's doing it on Monday afternoons. He's doing it on Tuesday afternoons now.
I got something pretty cool that I found the other day. I had on my porch since I found it, and just today I really realized that it was truly fossilized. It's a fossilized bone, and I find a lot of fossilized bones, like Ice Age bones. Here's an example of a. It's not a whole bone. It's broken, but it is a piece of bone, and it's completely petrified, like turned to stone. I've got a whole bunch of it that I've found over the years in the creeks around here, but I do find some bigger bones and stuff occasionally. I'll if it looks close enough to fossilized, I'll bring it home, and I usually let it sit on the porch and dry out. And after a few days drying out, you can feel like the texture. It'll be very smooth if it's turned to stone, or it has kind of almost a sticky feeling if it isn't quite fossilized. And usually, the bigger pieces I find end up not being fossilized. But I had this one sitting out on my porch for, I don't know, 3 or 4 days, and I looked at it today and I picked it up because it was real hot, or it wasn't hot, but it was warm and sunny and real dry outside, and I picked it up and it still had a lot of weight to it. And I took another rock and like tapped it against it, and I could hear the like little like ping 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 sound instead of like a more of a thud the unfossilized bone makes. I posted pictures of it on Instagram, and I tagged some people that uh, do a lot of hunting for bones and shark teeth and stuff, and they know a lot about that stuff. I'm trying to see if somebody can identify it as to what it came from. I know enough to know that it's a vertebrae, but
Yep.
a vertebrae from what I don't know. It's quite large, so I mean it has to be from a pretty big animal. I was thinking it could possibly. I almost think it might be a little bit small to be woolly mammoth, but it could
Yeah.
possibly still even be a woolly mammoth vertebrae. But I just thought that was pretty cool. I've had it for, like I said, 3 or 4 days or so, but it was just chilling on my porch because I wasn't sure if it was actually fossilized until I let it dry out. But I mean, you can see it's very dark in color, and on like on the parts where it's broken open, where you can see the inside. The other thing I do to see if it's really fossilized is I take my fingernail, and that stuff it'll crumble. If it's not fossilized, you can take your fingernail and scrape it, and that stuff will crumble. It's hard. You can't get any of that to crumble, so it's fully turned into stone. It's pretty neat.
Cool.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I don't know if anybody out there on the in the chat knows anything about bones or anything, but if anybody did have any ideas, I'd love to know what this is. It's a cool fossil, nonetheless.
I'd say it's might be too small to be like a mammoth, but it looks to be a little bit large for common cow now.
Yeah, that's
maybe
what I was
like
thinking
a
too.
horse, or like a big horse, like a Clydesdale or a moose.
Well, and actually, we had even camels here, like during the last ice age. It could be from possibly like a camel or something.
Did you know that horses actually originated in America and they all migrated out of America? And then they went to like Asia and everything like that. And they were reintroduced by like the Spanish back in like the 1600s and 1700s.
But during like the last ice age, there were horses here still. Like I've actually got some fossilized horse teeth that I've found in the rivers as well.
Yeah, but they went across the land bridge up there in Alaska and stuff like that. And like became extinct in America and got reintroduced. I thought that was hilarious, or not hilarious, but I thought that was really cool that they were here. They went extinct, but they went somewhere else, and then they got reintroduced here. Because we got wild horses right here. Like, because I live right on the coast, and there's a bunch of shipwrecks. And when the ships would wreck, the horses were smart enough to swim ashore and be like, hey, heck with you guys. I'm just going to hang out here on the beach. And next thing you know, we got wild horses all over the place. And technically, Graham, it wasn't an ice bridge. There was so much ice. There was like, what was it? 17 miles of ice over Canada, something like that. But there was so much ice everywhere else because it was so cold that the sea levels actually dropped. I believe it's 50 feet. So it wasn't actually like an ice bridge. It was actually just the water level dropped so far that you could just walk right across, which is what they say about Atlantis too. Atlantis was in the middle of the Atlantic, and when the ice age was over and the water started filling back up, that was losing Atlantis.
Mhm.
Totally fascinated with Atlantis anymore.
And there's a lot of other underwater civilizations that they found, and all
Yeah,
kinds of
the
crazy
Caribbean stuff.
stone structures and things that have been discovered all over the world. Like, it's not even just like in that area. It's a lot of places. They've got cool things off the coast where back before all the ice had melted, it was land, and it is no longer.
Yep, because where do humans always put their civilizations? Right
Near
next
water.
to and yeah, right by rivers and all that stuff. And you have
Yeah.
all that water coming up, well, you lose that. That's what fascinates me, just how many civilizations we've lost over time, just from ice ages and
And even more in modern day, due to our own doing, damming up rivers and stuff. There's been tons of small towns and things that have been flooded when they create reservoirs.
there was one by where I used to live in Pennsylvania. I think it was near Johnstown, because I believe it was the Johnstown flood that actually flooded it. And like you can go out there and you can walk around, you can see like the church steeple just barely sticking out of the water and stuff like that. And if you look down, you can actually see houses like underwater and stuff. Pretty freaky. I think that's close to where they filmed the original Night of the Living Dead, if I'm correct. But they also have
There's somewhere like that where there's still like buildings and stuff submerged in somewhere in East Tennessee. I can't remember exactly where, but there's a city that was flooded when they made a reservoir.
Yeah, the one I was talking about, I believe it was they built a dam, but they built it really crappy, and then the dam broke, and then it ended up flooding a whole area, but they already had another dam or something like that. So the whole area, like the town was, where it shouldn't have been below where water level would be, and it just kind of filled up and was lost.
Oh, what's up, Joe? How's it going?
I don't know about that hot damn show. This is better than watching the Discovery Channel. At least Discovery Channel has cool infographics.
On the Discovery Channel, you get like real information. Here, you get our best opinions.
Yeah, like I think I remember this story about this thing one time. Brando, no, the sea levels dropped because of so much ice accumulation up north. So, like I said, like Canada, like where I believe they were saying, like where what? I don't know. Maybe it's like Manitoba. Yeah, I guess must have been like Manitoba, like where that is. I believe they said it was like 17 miles thick of ice. And whenever the ice age finally ended, that's the thing that fascinates me, is how the ice age ended, because one of the theories that I like is that meteors actually started hitting the ice, and they were already starting to thaw, so they were like partially thawed inside, and the meteors were hitting the ice, breaking the ice, and causing the rush of water, which caused like the Grand Canyon and stuff like that, which would mean that they were created in a matter of weeks or months, instead of over millions or billions of years like they've been saying forever, which I never really bought into that in the first place. I was always like, really? Like millions of years it took to do that? But if you have enough water, I'm sure that could, water will mess things up.
Mm-hmm.
So, and not only that, but there's like all kind of different stuff, like the big glacier type things, like scraping all that good topsoil right off of Canada and bringing it right down into the Midwest. That's why the Midwest is so good at growing.
Yeah, it all ended up in Brando's yard.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the running joke that I heard was like, if that actually happened and all that good topsoil from Canada got scraped off and like drugged down and like landed in the Midwest, like when's Canada gonna start suing the Midwest to get their good fertile soil back? Oh, I'm not that smart. I just watched a bunch of, a bunch of different smarter than me people. The ones I really like, Randall Carlson, Graham Hancock, and I can't remember who else the other guy was. But if you listen to Graham Hancock um, oh man, I just lost his name. Who did I just say? Randall Carlson. If you listen to him on Joe Rogan, and then you check out Randall Carlson and Graham Hancock on Joe Rogan, there's like 3 different episodes or 4. Totally fascinating stuff. What's up, Susie? You gonna join us?
What's up, Susie?
What's up, Dojo?
My connection is messing up, possibly.
Yeah, it's a little tinny. Has Dojo been just like sitting in the background the whole time? What's up, Lifestyles?
So can you hear me? Is it breaking up when I talk?
No, it's breaking up a little bit when you talk. Your camera goes out, but I can hear you.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
It might be goofy internet. I feel like I missed somebody. I did miss Stephen Miller's comment. Do it like they do on the Discovery Channel. That's funny. Bloodhound Gang.
I'm gonna try and click out and come back in and see if it's any better, because it's like freezing up on me.
Hey, Susie. Yeah, Dojo's been in for quite a while today.
Yeah, but I didn't see him for quite a while. So we said hi to Susie. I was wondering if he was like just hanging in the background, lurking. Oh man, that should be a saying. Lurking like Lisa.
3 L's. Looking like Lisa.
Oh yeah, as long as you want it to be, Graham. Every week's a fun week.
That just depends on how you look at it. I mean, it sucks having a blizzard, but when they shut the town down for 2 days, that means you get 2 days off.
I actually.
So is it better now? Am I here?
Yeah, you're good.
All
I
right.
think I see you.
And Graham, I wasn't paying attention to your numbers, but I did see you're all the way up
God,
to
it's freezing
7:30.
up for me though. I can't hear.
There he goes.
And there he goes. You're talking about Graham's numbers?
Yeah, he was at 732.
In
Wait.
subs?
I think he was just at 500 something. So yeah,
Wow.
he's bouncing up. That's that bounty effect.
I need to start making videos again for the main channel. I haven't done one in over a month.
I did one just the other day, and I said I was going to do a follow-up, and I still have not done it. Because
Yeah.
the follow-up would make that video so much better. I showed off all my peppers that I haven't watered. I've watered them twice since March. Since February. I've watered them twice. And yet, I don't know, what day is this? I guess it was Thursday, I guess. I watered them for the second time. Like, they were all shriveled up and everything. They looked like I killed almost all my plants. And I don't know, Well, I should probably have a second tomorrow. I'll make a video tomorrow because every single one of them bounced right back. Like you wouldn't even believe it. They look like dried up, like you left lettuce sitting on a plate for 2 weeks. And then I watered them, and I had to water 2 of them again, and I top watered them because I bottom watered everything the first time, but they didn't take. And 3 of them I had to top water, and I had to go really heavy on the water. I checked them today, perfect. Although one of them, the top is dying off, but it's like I topped it, so all that new growth is popping off right below it.
Yep. Well, and if you do a video tomorrow, you can say, "Oh, they're all looking great now," instead of "This one looks so bad. This one looks terrible. I mean, look at how bad this one looks." That type of thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I like showing the extremes.
Yeah, we'll show the extremes of good now. So tonight, before you go to bed, water them, and then tomorrow when you get home, do a quick video so you can show the bounce back.
Oh, I don't have to water them. I watered them whatever day ago, and then yesterday I went in and watered them again. The only the 3 of them that were really bad, so they're good to go.
We have the pepper plants up by the front window, which you've seen by the videos. But lately, people have been walking by, and with the sun shining on them, they'll stop and they'll look, and you can see people getting down close to the window. They're trying to read the name tags on them. And I saw one guy hit his friend and pointing, and he was saying something. And he's like, "No, right there." And his friend looks down and, "Oh, wow." Looked at each other and both shook their heads and walked away. So they must have known what the pepper was that they were reading the name on. And nope, weren't going to try it.
This is like the second or third time today I looked at the date and I was like, oh my, it's freaking tax day. So happy tax day, everybody.
Yeah.
Hope you got your income tax in by now.
You'll need to put a sign in your window down low that says, "Yes, this is a pepper plant, and you are more than welcome to come in and ask questions." Yeah, because there's got to be at least 20, if not 25 pepper plants sitting in front of that one window. And then that huge aloe plant that Pepper Putz needs to take and split up again. But it's getting huge again, too. But it's all fun. I was thinking of seeing if I could grow lettuce in the shop, too. Just for the heck of it. In one of my bottle gardens.
Lettuce is super easy to grow just about anywhere.
Yeah, but if it's in a bottle garden, it might bring more attention to it. You know what I mean?
Lettuce seeds are cheap. Just plant them everywhere.
Yeah, I don't have to buy lettuce seeds for a very long time.
Yeah, that's one of the great things. Just let that stuff go to flower and you will have all the seeds you ever need.
Yep.
I don't even plant lettuce in my aquaponic gardens. I just let it go to flower, seed. They drop their seeds, and then a little bit later, just lettuce coming up everywhere.
Yeah, like the pak choi, I let it go to seed. And once the pods start cracking, I'll go through and pull them all off. Put them in a bag, let them dry out for a couple of weeks, and then sit and shake the bag up. And it releases the most of them. Then it's easy. Just rub it between your hands and it breaks everything else up. The seeds are so hard you're not going to hurt them.
Same with broccoli and cabbage and.
Well, pak choi is a type of cabbage.
Pak choi, bok choy, yep. Cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower. That was what else.
Cauliflower. Brussels sprouts are also another cabbage family.
I cannot ever grow Brussels sprouts. I started when I first started my aquaponic garden. I had them going great, and I never actually got a Brussels.
I've only tried one cooked, so I didn't like it. But then again, I don't like cooked cabbage either.
I love Brussels sprouts. They're so great. When I moved here, I was living with my cousin. He made boiled cabbage one night, and I was like, "What the heck is it?" It's like boiled cabbage with ham and I think carrots and stuff like that, and it's almost like a stew. I was like, "What the heck is this, man? Like, I've never had this." Like, my mom didn't like cabbage, and then he made Brussels sprouts, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like, everybody talk crap about Brussels sprouts, but I love Brussels sprouts. I asked my mom about it, and she's like, "Yeah, I don't like Brussels sprouts, so we never have them." I asked my dad about him. He's like, "Oh man, I love Brussels sprouts, but your mom doesn't like them." So apparently, growing up, we never had Brussels sprouts because my mom didn't like them, and she was like pretty much the main cook. But come to find out, my dad is a big fan. Like one of the nights when he was, my parents were here with me staying. I cooked Brussels sprouts. My mom was like, "Oh no." My dad's like, "Put more on my plate." What's up, Bounty?
Lifestyles, haven't seen that name before. Howdy, howdy. Brussels sprouts are super good with the balsamic reduction.
Brussels are so good anyway. You get the ones in those like microwavable bags. They're awesome. You get the ones that are frozen and just in a regular bag. You cut them in half, throw them in a skillet with some butter and cook them up until they like brown slightly on one side. Awesome. Like just about, well, add garlic too. Oh, there you go. Brussels bacon and balsamic. That one.
I wonder what Brussels sprouts taste like raw. Like I say, I don't like cooked cabbage, but I'll eat just about any kind of cabbage if it's raw, with the exception of sauerkraut. I absolutely love sauerkraut.
Oh, I love. What about coleslaw?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. I never liked coleslaw until I worked in a restaurant where I had to make it by hand. So we had to like grind up all the cabbages, and then we had to mix up the vinegar and the sugar and the, what the heck was it? Mayonnaise or something like that, or whatever the heck the recipe was that we had. And I didn't like it, but the whatever the mixture was, the cream type stuff, wasn't that bad. And when you add it to the sour or the cabbage, it was like, oh, okay, it's not that bad. But just doing that, and then I moved here, and we have North Carolina barbecue, where when you get a barbecue, they always put the coleslaw right on the sandwich. Ever since then, I'm like, I'm a fan of coleslaw.
Yeah, I've got a recipe that I used to make a triple batch of because every time I made it, my sister wanted me to give her half of it because it was so good. And then the other half, I would take it to the shop with me and eat it over the next 3 days for lunch. Good stuff. And I'd taken shred up carrots in it and a little bit of celery in it and a good amount of lemon juice and some pepper and just a slight touch of garlic. Oh yeah, good stuff.
Oh, sauerkraut's one of my absolute favorite things. Like, I don't care if it's hot or cold or how it comes. That stuff is awesome. Put it on anything. I love throw a pork roast in the crock pot with a big bag of sauerkraut right over top of it.
Official Chris Litch. You're a cool guy. Welcome to the stream. I tried growing Brussels sprouts a bunch. Never got sprouts. A huge tree, and I cut back the leaves.
That's what happened with me. I mean, not a huge tree, but I mean, I was getting like decent size, like woody stalks and everything like that, and never actually got a sprout. But then again, it was probably too warm here. They kind of like a little colder environment.
Yeah, most lettuce likes colder temps. Yep. Oh, it says Brussels are tricky to grow.
Especially when it's really hot.
I'm surprised you haven't hooked up like some kind of pump with a filter to go down to the water, pump water up, and through pipes in the ceiling of the greenhouse, and then take it and dump it back in the water so that It picks up the heat in the greenhouse to cool it off. I mean, you look at an aquarium pump, if you can get it to work, those don't cost much on a daily basis to run.
Well, yeah, no, I would probably do something better than that because the head would be way too high because that's like 20 feet. Or yeah, or no, 10 feet. I think my greenhouse is 10 feet high. So you'd have to push that water like 10 feet up in the air. And technically, I guess it would be like up one side 10 feet and then down the other side and then back up to, like, I don't know, I guess that would be. So that would be like another 6 feet back up and then down 6 feet and then back up 6 feet down and like back and forth all the way until you get to the end and then drain back. But that's a pretty high head, so you'd need a pretty decent pump.
Yeah, but if you could get a siphon going in it, then you wouldn't have to use a pump.
Well, once you actually get it going, then I'm sure the siphon effect would help a smaller pump. So you might be able to use a bigger pump and then supplement it, like once you get it going, like turn on a smaller pump.
Have a good one, Graham. Graham says he's taking off.
All right. Have a good night, Graham.
Later, Graham.
It's running so much smoother now. I went and I unplugged the Wi-Fi, replugged it, like rebooted that, rebooted my computer, did everything. I just like fully restarted everything. It was bothering me.
No, it's really smooth now.
Yeah. It was smooth when I got in. I don't know what happened. It just started like freezing up on me. My camera was cutting in and out. Like I could see it on like where I was watching the chat. It was like just showing my picture. I don't know what that was about. And every time you guys were talking, it was going full robot.
Well, every time you were talking, like we could hear you, like it would just cut out like for a split second, but we could hear you fine. But your camera would cut out every time you would talk.
Yeah, I don't know. It's good now though.
Yeah, I could see your picture down low, but as soon as you would talk, the whole screen would just go black, but we could hear you like almost.
We actually just got our internet like upgraded, like because we had to have them like come. What it was I had an account that I helped my mom open, but it was in my name, and I was trying to help it get switched to her name, which was a pain in the butt. I dealt with that for months and tried several times and just gave up, and then finally I was able to get it to work. But whenever they ended up doing it, what they did, instead of just renaming the account, they closed the account and opened a new account. And when they came back out to hook everything up for her, they upgraded us from the copper to the fiber internet because we've got fiber in our neighborhood now. And the guy was saying like, oh, it's going to run so much faster, so much smoother and everything. And I swear I've had like worse service since I got the fiber than I had on the copper. Yeah, I don't know. It was really good at first, but then it's kind of been getting not as good over time. I hate technology.
I think I just went from like, well, not just, but like a couple months ago, went from like 60 meg a second to like 100 meg a second or something like that, or whatever that numbers were.
Yeah, I think he was saying that we had like 110 or something like that.
Sweet. Faster the better.
It definitely wasn't 110 a few minutes ago when I was in here.
Yeah, mine is 150 down and 80 up.
I think mine's like 100 down and 12 up or something like that. The up's way down there. Get it?
Yeah. Well, at the shop, it's like 220 or 225 down, and like a 150 to 180 up. It's both places are business class. I pay through the nose for smooth action. You know, if you're streaming, you got to have good stuff. So that was supposed to be a laughable statement. I tried, failed miserably. Did I go stand in the corner again and hold my head down low?
I said my up's down. Nobody caught that one.
Yeah, that's right. Ah. The official Chris left. Let's just say Chris. You would need grow lights for indoors to grow the food crops. Yeah, I have several grow lights in my house.
Yeah, we all got grow lights in our house.
Yeah, I've got 5 of the 6500K fluorescent bulbs that I use in my wintertime grow. I use 4 of them in there. Then I have another one for off area, and then I have the LEDs also. Danos,
You guys were
Toolbox,
talking
hello,
about.
brother.
Oh, sorry.
Hello, brothers and sisters. How's things going on tonight? Okay. Don't recognize your name either, so welcome to the stream, Danos. And what you're saying, Rob? Sorry.
Oh, just referring to indoor gardening, and also you guys were talking about lettuce before. I'm pretty positive. I can't remember 100%, but I'm like 90% sure it was Matt, Space City Peppers. He had like a really awesome indoor raised bed that he did, and grew a whole bunch of lettuce and spinach and stuff in it. It was awesome. Like a really full, big, nice bed. I don't know how big it was. Judging by like the video and stuff, I'd say it was probably like 2x4. It was a decent size indoor bed, but he did like an indoor raised bed with grow lights. It worked out awesome. He had killer results.
All of my overhead lights in the shop are the same 6500K daylight lights. Put those in on purpose throughout the place because I knew I'd have the pepper plants all over. So
That's
basically,
cool.
have grow lights everywhere in the shop too. So it wouldn't be an issue to take and put in lettuce or whatever I wanted.
Yeah, especially
You
like
ought to maybe do that. That would be really cool. Make like a small little indoor raised bed and grow a bunch of lettuce and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that would be cool. Like, well, all the easy stuff like lettuce, pak choy, stuff like that. That
Yeah,
also,
and you could even grow like some herbs, like have some basil,
yep,
oregano, mint, and thyme, and rosemary, stuff like that.
you got to be careful with that mint.
And
Yeah.
oregano too. Oregano spreads like wildfire. Not as bad as mint because mint sends out those roots and it'll come up all over the place. The oregano just kind of spreads. The mint, like if you put it in, like I've got a container, I put just a small clump, like it was a little plug that I dug from my friend's yard about this big around last year. I have mint popping up everywhere in that container. It never went to seed. It's all just from the roots underneath the soil where they like, because it'll send out these long roots and then they'll just pop up like 8-10 inches away from where it had started. And so now it's growing, especially around the edge of the container because the I guess the roots are just following around the edge of the container, but it's popping up all over the place.
Dano says, catnip. I haven't grown catnip yet either. Don't have a cat.
My mom grew
Any other
catnip.
use for catnip?
What was that?
Other than giving catnip to cats, is there any other use for it?
I don't believe so.
I don't think I've ever heard about it. Use for it.
Other than people joking about smoking it.
I've heard that a lot.
Yeah, don't do that.
My mom grew catnip a long time ago, though, when we had cats, and it grows nice. I mean, it's a nice little plant. And the cat grass stuff too. I'm not sure exactly what that stuff's called. I've just always heard it called cat grass, but I know it has like a special, like a more descriptive name.
Yeah, not too many scientific names are catgrass.
I'm sure Paula knows what cat grass is actually called. Paula knows everything about plants.
Paula, you're being put on the spot. So the two questions are: what is cat grass, and two, is catnip good for anything other than giving to cats? Ha! She says. Jojo says can be used as a mosquito repellent. Oh, okay. Now, would that be something mixed with oil and applied to the skin, or is that something like those candles that you burn? Every cat in the county at your door. Yeah. Dactylus glomerata, also known as cocksfoot, orchard grass or catgrass, is a common species of grass in the genus Dactylus. Dactylus, whatever.
Paul, you're awesome. I knew that you would know exactly what that was.
She probably went and looked it up real quick and is laughing her head off right now.
I'd like to believe that she just pulled that straight off the top of her head.
Yeah, knowing her, wouldn't be surprised either. No, don't think Google, think you. You knew it right off the top of your head. That's what we're all going to choose to believe.
Yep.
And you can't change your mind on it. I think you can make tea out of catnip. Oh, yeah? I wonder if it has a... I'm going to stop that statement right there. I don't want to give anybody any ideas, you know? Well, it's just like the comfrey plants. Most people grow them as ornamental things, but don't know that you can take the leaves, dry them in a dehydrator, crush them up, and make tea out of them.
What is it?
Comfrey. Well, it says it appears to have a calming properties. Go ahead.
I'm not familiar with that. What do they look like?
Light green. Leaves start out small, go out, get huge, and then come back in again. They grow in a small, just clump, like almost like romaine lettuce does, but not as tight in the base.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like Paula says, I have comfrey. Also can improve relaxation, which may boost mood and reduce anxiety, restlessness, and nervousness. Okay, Jojo, thanks. It's a really good fertilizer. High in nitrogen. Oh, you're talking the comfrey? Okay. I make comfrey tea. Yeah, comfrey tea also has a antihistamine reaction to it. Back when I was a kid, we had plants of it growing all throughout the yard, and my mother would go out and grab the leaves and dry them. And when my hay fever would act up, she'd make up a cup of the tea, and I'd sit and drink it down, and my symptoms would go away, just like I took an allergy pill.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I make compost tea with it. Ah, okay. Wrong, not a drinking tea, but yeah. I don't think I'd want to drink compost tea, no. Sorry, you were saying?
I was just saying that's really cool.
Ah. Gotcha. So how many plants are you going to have this year?
Somewhere between too many and borderline insanity.
Somewhere between too many and before borderline insanity. So you're already admitting it's going to be too many.
Yeah.
Too many is the lowest it's going to be.
Too many is definitely the lowest it's going to be. I don't really know. I have I think I have about 150 that are super hots and habaneros and bonnets. And when I say habaneros and bonnets, there's probably about maybe 15 or 16 habaneros and maybe a few bonnets, and all the rest of them are all just super hots. I just started all my ahis and jalapenos, cayennes, Thais, and whatever else, sweet peppers and things like that I was planning on doing. Some of that stuff has been sprouting up over the past couple days. I planted the seeds probably week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and so I'm starting to see a lot of sprouts, but not everything has come up yet. I imagine in the next week or two, all that stuff will come up. And then I'll work on separating out things, and I don't know how many I'm going to keep out of that, but I started a lot. I didn't even really keep track of a number, but it was another probably 60 or more varieties. So, and I did a lot of seeds.
Yeah, a lot of seeds.
So, Beth.
Hey, Beth.
Dano's Toolbox. Have a great night, everyone. I got to run. Alrighty, thanks for joining us tonight.
Later, Dano's Toolbox.
Yeah, we'll catch you next time around. Yeah, comfrey is really easy to grow. Throw seed on the ground and it grows, it seems. And they're perennials. Yeah, perennial every year. They come back every year. We stars did.
Yeah, I have more plants inside, but and this picture is probably a week or two old. But look at that. It goes all the way to there, and that's all cups, like cup to cup the whole way.
Oh, jeez.
That's a lot. And I've got another probably 20 or so inside that I've just kind of been keeping inside because they're looking really nice. And some of them were smaller ones that I wanted them to stay inside for now.
Yeah, the racks that you can get from Pepsi that hold the 20-ounce or 24-ounce bottles, those things are perfect for carrying around that size cup. You can get 24 in them and carry them around by the tray like that.
And then as far as the seeds that I'm starting, that's what I got going on. I got all my like pepper can challenge ones, and then that's all 6-cell trays. And each one of them that has a popsicle stick is a different variety. A couple of those 6 cells are basil, but then the rest are all peppers. Except one cell I have some ground cherry seeds in. I was also going to sprout some of those. And flat leaf parsley.
Cool.
Yeah, the only thing I've got going is just peppers.
No tomatoes this year?
Nope. I let the aquaponic take care of that.
I'm not going to mess with the tomatoes. One of my buddies, where I plant over in the garden at his place anyways, and he grows a ton of tomatoes, and he doesn't use but, I mean, a fraction of what he grows. He just lets them fall on the ground and stuff, so I always end up getting as many tomatoes as I could ever want from over there.
That's what I do. I let them just fall into my aquaponic garden, and then they start popping up.
Well, he doesn't have them pop up, even though they do fall down, because we till the garden and then put down like weed barrier fabric and hay and stuff. So
It's all good. It's all good.
You know, like the comfrey, I've never grown comfrey. I've seen lots of people in the UK grow comfrey, but I've never done it.
I hadn't even ever acknowledged it until tonight.
It doesn't taste the greatest if you take a leaf and wash it up and just roll it up and eat it, but you make a tea out of it, and it's a really nice tea.
How is it flavor-wise in tea?
I have no idea how to describe it.
So it's got distinctive flavor.
Huh?
So it has a distinctive flavor.
Yeah, and it's not like it's bitter or anything like that. There's two types of comfrey, one that propagates from seed and one from roots. I don't recommend the seed one or it will be everywhere. Yeah.
No, Dojo. What is good for your tomatoes?
As we all sit and watch the chat.
Yeah.
Waiting for the answer to come up.
With our 30-second delay.
Oh,
Well, I wouldn't have said that.
We don't need to get this debate going again.
Do we have another pea farmer?
Yeah, I thought we went over this many times.
I'm not even touching that one.
Well, it's not that true, Dojo, because it would all be depending on what kind of pea it was. Depends on whether you're on pharmaceuticals, whether like you're eating healthy or whether you're eating junk food or. I'm sure it worked, Dojo.
Awkward silence as we all avoid the debate of whether to pee on your plants or not to pee on your plants.
I recommend not to do that. You know, see if Susie had a go girl, she would do it. Jeez, man.
God, Eric.
What the?
Let's change the subject. This is
Really?
getting too much. So how's the weather over there, Rev?
Yesterday was almost 80. Today was almost 80, and it's been dropping. It was 61 earlier. And oops, that's not.
You're getting the same little cold dip that I got last night then, because yesterday it was like in the 70s. It was in the 60s the night before, like 64 or something. That was in the 70s, and it dropped all day and got down into the 30s last night. Not near freezing, I don't think, but I moved all my plants in just to be safe, and I was going to move them back out today, but I figured I'll just keep them inside until tomorrow because tonight was supposed to be like 47, which isn't even that cold, but I figured as long as I have them inside, I can just leave them inside. They're fine. I had the blinds open on the window, so they at least got like some light. It wasn't as good as being outside, but good enough to get them by until tomorrow.
Yeah, they say it's supposed to hit 48 tonight, and it's only 58 right now. So that's a lot of dropping that it's got to do because it's back up into like I think the mid 70s tomorrow. If I read that correctly. Oops. No, it's supposed to be 64 tomorrow. Wait, what day is this? Yeah, tomorrow 64 high, 57 low. But then I mean it's just climbing after that. 71, 74, 75.
Yeah, ours is supposed to do the same. We had our cold evening and cold day last night and today. And when I say cold, it was like in the 60s today. It felt great, honestly. It was like perfect. I wish it could stay like that all the time. Like mid to upper 60s or low 70s. That's where I like it.
Oh, I'm a fan of the heat.
I'm not.
Bring on the heat. Yeah, because it's not too long. Yeah. All right. It's tax day again. Another 15 days. We're into May. From there on out, it's going to be freaking hot as heck. I mean, I'm pretty sure the last couple years, June, like the very beginning of June, we hit hundreds and just stayed at 100.
Well, next couple of weeks it should start getting to the point of not freezing or getting close to freezing. Right?
I just looked to see what it actually had gotten to last night. I'm glad that I brought my plants in because they were saying like 38, and then they were saying 37. It actually got to 34 degrees last night, and that means that there might have been localized spots where it got down close to right at freezing. So that's pretty chilly. And tonight it's going to be 45. But then tomorrow we're back up to 77, 55 for a low, 77, 61 for a low Wednesday. It's going to kind of cool back off on Friday. It's going to be 56 for a high, but the low's only 44. Saturday, 64, 45. And then after that, we're back up to like right around 80 and lows in like the upper 50s. And we're going to ride out with that all the way to the end of the month.
6 degrees there, Celsius.
What's my view on the Fiat Chrysler merger? I have no view whatsoever. If they want to do it, that's fine. But no thanks. No opinion. I'm not a huge fan of Fiats to begin with, but yeah. Sorry, didn't mean to change the subject, just answering the question. I was debating on doing a raised bed this year, but I don't think I'm gonna. But Pepper Potts, his father, has a whole bunch of raspberry bushes. And I would love to go dig up a good section of those and run them across the back of my garage.
Heck yeah.
We had raspberry bushes when I was a kid, and it was just wonderful.
Raspberry, blackberry, blueberry.
Yeah, blueberries will grow here. I don't know if blackberries do. I would imagine they do.
I've got
Sherry's
a,
back.
what's up, Sherry? I've got a blackberry in the backyard.
But yeah, if I can't get any raspberry bushes from his father, I'm gonna take and get a couple of them anyway. Just nice getting them, when they're old enough to where they're already fruiting. I'm going Loganberry this year. I don't know as I've ever tried a Loganberry. I don't know. So apparently Susie never got the invite tonight, right?
No, she got it.
Okay. I got raspberry and blueberry bushes just planted. How long does it take for raspberries to start producing berries?
I think it's like the second year. Or
That's what I thought.
I believe they have to get established first. And
Yeah.
I think that's the same with all the berries.
Yeah, the idea of cutting the raspberry bushes down to 12 to 18 inches every year just drives me nuts. That's what they tell you to do with them every year. They're sweet cross between raspberry and blackberry. Okay. Well, that sounds good.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yes, takes a while.
Yeah, my blackberry took, I think, 2 or 3 years before it actually started putting off berries.
When I was a kid, we'd go up to a place in Wisconsin to a neighbor's cabin. Just go walking through the woods, just picking blueberries. And I always had to have an adult with us with a shotgun because there's so many black bear up there that needed some way to scare them off. But fun times. Go out and pick gallons of blueberries at a time. was kind of cool. She take the fresh blackberries at night and make them into jelly, can them up, and send them home with us. Fun stuff. But in looking at the time, I see we've been going for a little over 2 hours. So
Yep.
everything in my garden is up, doing good. Glad to hear it, Sherry. I take it you're a bit further south than I do.
Yeah, she's in, what'd you say, Mississippi, I think?
Okay. What's the best way to keep slugs off the plants? Lots of birds. And I say that as a joke. Because I don't get slugs around here. The robins and the blackbirds and the crows eat them. Copper tape.
Yeah, we've got birds all over my yard that run around picking up bugs. There's a lot of robins around here, and a lot of cardinals and blue jays and mockingbirds and stuff.
You don't have mockingbirds. But we have
We also get grackles and starlings and stuff at certain times of the year.
Yeah, we have hummingbirds that you'll see every once in a while. Especially when like the pak choi is blooming. Hummingbirds all over the place. The slugs get.
Have you guys ever seen that video? I think I've seen it on YouTube. I think I've seen it even as GIFs and stuff too. But somebody holding a red solo cup like full of nectar, and there was literally just like a swarm of hummingbirds like all like going crazy over it. Have you ever seen that?
Mm-mm.
It's pretty cool. I'll try and see if I can find it on YouTube.
And the beer also kills hornets and wasps because they will go after it. Canterbury buried in the ground is a great wasp trap, but like Susie says, the bees get into it and you're killing off the bees too.
Yeah, because it's sweet. Aren't they attracted to the sweetness, the sugar?
Yeah. I put salt on. I put salt on slugs as a kid. Yeah. I heard that too. I don't want to kill my bees. No. No, bees are important. Wrap a piece of PVC pipe with copper tape and put it around the base of your plants. Okay. Want salt work too? But you gotta find them and get them, and it takes a while for the salt to pull moisture out of the skin and kill them off. While you're waiting, they're still eating.
Plus, if you get salt all over your soil.
Yep.
That's
You're gonna start messing with the stuff on there.
I posted the link to that video I was talking about. It's super cool. Anybody that likes hummingbirds would think it's a cool video.
I watched about the first 3 seconds of it.
Yeah, it's cool. There's one that's just like chilling on his finger, and there's like a whole bunch of them that are just like flying around. There's like a whole little swarm of them though. That's a pretty cool video.
Yeah, we have a bunch of hummingbirds around here too.
We also
I like the ones that have the real pretty red throat. Those ones are pretty.
What are they called? The ruby-throated?
Yeah, I think so. We get those ones around here. We haven't had a hummingbird feeder for a long time, but we used to have some hummingbird feeders that we keep up. And I mean, if you have a feeder there and they know that it's there, then they're going to frequent. And I mean, we used to see them all the time. I don't see them so often. Every once in a while, because we usually have some flowers and stuff out on the front porch, and every once in a while I'll be out there on the front porch and have a hummingbird come buzzing around. But they're around. They know the places where they're going to get fed, and so people that have feeder in their yard are going to have more of the hummingbirds around.
We have red-tailed hawks here that they released two pair about 5 miles apart from each other, and the one flock of them is up over 30 now. So they're growing and they're keeping the rat and mouse and all that kind of stuff population down.
Oh yeah, look forward to having so many that they will kill off everything.
Yeah,
those things are such a nuisance.
We have them all over the place around here, and there's one that, I mean, because they're kind of territorial. Like you won't ever see like a bunch of them in an area. They kind of have their own like places that they like take care of. I don't know. I've never seen them like fighting or anything, but I just know that you only ever really see one, and then you won't see one until you get like so far away, and then there's like another one. But there's one that hangs out around my neighborhood. I'll know if I go outside and I hear the crows going crazy because the crows will all chase the hawk around, just making a big fuss and taking turns dive bombing at him in the air and stuff. I've never figured that one out, but there's some sort of like a natural born hatred between the crows and the hawks. Like they've got beef. I don't know what it's about, but it's serious.
The crows have bigger numbers, so they go and attack the predator. But when I say 28, 30, 32 hawks, they're all flying in one area at one time. You can literally take a picture of them and count them.
Wow. Yeah, I've never seen that around here. And we have red-tailed hawks, but around here you just see them solitary by themselves. I mean, I've seen a pair before, obviously. Like you'll see a pair every once in a while. But for the most part, they're very solitary around here.
Go out west, like when we were going through Oklahoma and stuff like that. Every single fence post had a red-tailed hawk on it.
Yep. Well, there's a pair of eagles that live over in Mankato. One of them's got a signpost that he likes to sit on, and you can go driving by on the highway. He's just sitting there watching the traffic go by. But yeah, the hawks are pretty cool. They're definitely thriving in the area.
I was pissed at one. Well, it wasn't last season. I guess maybe season before last. I had a big red-tailed pin down a squirrel right in the middle of my my garden in the front, along the sidewalk, along the railing, and it just pushed over like 3 or 4 plants and broke all kinds of branches and stuff. There was like little clumps of fur and everything. I didn't even know that it had happened. And then I walk outside and this big, huge hawk, like, I mean, the thing had at least a 4-foot wingspan, and it just like takes off and like had a squirrel in its talons. And then there was this other squirrel that was sitting in a tree, and it was just sitting there like doing that little like barking, like chirping sound that they do. And it was pissed. I guess that was like one of its family members that hawk flew off with. I felt kind of bad for the other squirrel. I was like, dang, that's kind of sad, but I mean, it's life.
We had a family of red-tailed hawks that grew up like technically like right in front of my neighbor's house, and they would dive bomb my yard trying to take out all the squirrels and stuff like that. And I remember one day I was trying to film it, and then at one point I was just like, oh, heck with this. I just ran out the door, and I love nature and stuff like that, but I don't like to interfere. But I ran right out there, like scaring the hawks off from the squirrels. It was pretty funny. Squirrels are
I've seen some videos on YouTube and other places over the years where people like, bring like their pet guinea pig outside or something like for the first time, and they'll like have it out on the deck, and all of a sudden like a big hawk will just swoop down and get it and take off.
Yeah, I had that.
I mean, it's funny, but it's not. I mean, it's really sad. And, like, I know how that makes, like, especially if it's like a family pet and like the children see it, and like, yeah, that's horrible.
We had a toy poodle back in my younger years, And she was only maybe 6 months old, and she was out in the backyard roaming around. And I went walking out the back door just as an owl was about 10 feet above coming down after. The owl saw me come out the door, freaked out, and took off. But we almost lost our dog right there. And yeah.
Yeah, we would always have to watch out for my mom's little Yorkie when she went out in the backyard because the hawks would just circle around like, ooh, look at that little morsel.
Yeah.
That's why I like some of the bigger dogs.
I found some little brown bugs on some of my peppers today. Just got on them.
It could possibly be aphids.
Aphids aren't brown, they're white.
No, there's green, brown, and white aphids.
Okay. Because the ones we
The
have
ones
here,
that I have around here are typically green, but I do get some of the tannish brown colored ones as well. And then there's the fluffy white ones that are called woolly aphids.
Yeah.
And I get those too. Those don't really seem to be as much of a problem. They don't like congregate the same way as like the green and the brown aphids do. Sherry, let me ask, was there like a group of them? Like, did you see multiples on like one leaf? And were they at the tops of the plant, like up by the new growth, or were they on other leaves? Were they on the top or the underside of the leaf? Like, put a little bit of detail in there. And that would more specifically help you.
Golem's in the house.
What's up, Go?
What's up, Gohan?
Michelle says a hawk in Vegas swooped down on a small dog. The family had to hit the hawk with a broom to release it from its talons.
Oh,
Uncle
She
Rob.
said yes on the bottom of the leaves.
Okay. Can be stink bug larvae.
Yeah, that's a possibility too. I'd have to really see a picture of it to like truly say what it is, but if they're congregated like in a group and they're on the underside of the leaf, that sounds bad. Whatever it is, it's bad, and you should just get rid of them.
The one plant that was close to the stems, very small.
Yeah, that sounds pretty aphidy to me.
Yeah, because the ones that we get congregate right at the base of the leaves.
Yes,
that's a new word. Aphidy.
Aphidy.
Aphidy. You know, because if you got a lot of aphids, it becomes aphidy.
Put some soap and water and they fell off.
Yeah, just keep an eye on it, Sherry. And honestly, like early in the season, like my plants have aphids right now. I haven't even really done anything to take care of that. I don't know that I'm going to. I mean, I might try and spray them with something, but I've got so many plants, it's a pain in the butt to have to take every individual little plant and spray it down. I've had this problem every year, and it's at this time of the year that you have that problem. And then as it heats up and more of the predator bugs get out and stuff, the problem kind of sorts itself out. Yeah. I know that some people in some areas don't have as many predator bugs though, and the aphid problems are a lot worse. But around here, we've got enough other stuff that I've never had a long-term problem with aphids. I'll see them, and then they're gone, and maybe I might see them again, but usually they end up disappearing. As the plants get bigger, I'll just check under the leaves, and if I see any, I just take my finger and just kind of press on the leaf and just squash them. They squash real easy.
So, Goham, what the heck is the Billham challenge? Was that Bill Beckham? Who's the Bill in the bill?
That's William Beckham.
Oh, okay. Well, I guessed it right then. I don't know. Never did the Go Ham challenge. I don't know if I'm ready for the Bill Ham challenge.
And Sherry, that makes me even more certain that they're aphids. If you say you set them outside to get sun and then they got on them, that's exactly what happened to me last year. Like I put my plants out and then I brought them in, and then when I was bringing them out like the next day last year, I noticed there was aphids all over a couple of plants, and I just went around and squashed them with my fingers, and seemed like they kind of went away after a little bit. Once the other predator bugs and stuff, like I was saying, figure out that they're there, then they go around and eat those things up.
A good thing.
Awesome, go ham.
Yeah, so what's the Bill Ham challenge?
It's got powder. It's a piece of jerky, and it has powder from both Bill and Go Ham. Or I don't know if it has both powders. I would assume so, but if not, it has Bill's powder and Go Ham made the jerky.
I don't know. I'm always down for a challenge.
Yeah, Sherry, you'll be fine. I know how like worrisome it is to see something like that, but it's not going to just kill your plants. Just do what you can to get them out of there, and it'll end up being fine. It's this time of the year the aphids come out in full force. They're all over everything because everything's got new growth, and that's what the aphids like, is they like that fresh new growth.
And there's a lot of things that like aphids, like ladybugs and predatory wasps, and
Oh yeah, tons of things out there eat aphids.
Ants will take and grab aphids and bring them down into the holes so that they can have the honeydew that the aphids produce.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the ants will actually farm aphids.
Yep.
I've never had that, but last year, that might have been why I didn't really have much of an aphid problem, because last year the ants were all over my plants. Like once I got them planted, and especially once they started flowering, I don't know if they were eating or collecting the pollen or something, but they'd be all in the flowers and everything. And I've always had people say, "Oh, like you gotta get the ants off of there," but I had an awesome season last year, and I couldn't see anything that the ants were doing that was negative, so I just let them be. I never saw them carrying aphids around. I've seen pictures and stuff where people have like shown the ants like carrying aphids up and like actually like putting them there to like farm them, and that's messed up. If I see that, then they're gone. But
No, that, well, oh, excuse me. In the shop on the Scorpion, we could actually watch the ants come up out of a hole in the floor, go across, go up the pot, across onto the stem, go up on a leaf, grab immature aphid, and fight to pick it up, turn around, and walk the whole distance back, right down into the hole again. They take and farm the aphids until they reach adulthood, and the aphids, when they're in adulthood, grow their wings, and they're able to fly out. Ants don't try and stop them from flying out, so that you'll see the aphids come, the adults come back out of the hole, but they reproduce down there as well, and that helps the ants have food for the winter. It's quite interesting to sit and watch, even though aphids are a deadly enemy. Well, ants are somewhat too, but I would much rather have ants coming in and working to clean the aphids out than have aphids.
And Scheller's got a good piece of advice. Use a piece of tape to dab them. That way you can, get them to stick to the tape.
that's actually a killer idea. I just, like I said, go around and like pinch and squash them. But I mean, if you just took tape and like wrapped it around upside down around your finger and just went and like did the same thing.
Yeah, like dab the whole plant.
Yeah.
That's a really good idea, because then you just keep rotating the tape, just keep getting as many as you can, and like throw away the tape or just squash the tape or something like that.
Burn it.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Burn it.
Have a bonfire going, just toss it right in there. Burn, baby, burn.
And marigolds will help keep rabbits away too.
Yep. Oh, there's all kind of companion plants. I got like a whole list of them in my seed drawer. I keep a whole sheet of like all the companion plants. Like if you plant marigolds, it will help you prevent this. If you plant ginger, it'll help you prevent this. If you plant this, I mean, there's so many different things. Just look up companion plants on the Google machine, and you'll find all kind of different stuff. I can't remember them all, but like marigolds, I don't know. I could look at my piece of paper. I could look it up. But
Mint is another good companion plant, as long as you keep it in a pot.
yeah, mint.
A
Yeah,
lot of things don't like the smell of mint and won't come near it.
yeah. I found that kept a lot of my plants in my aquaponic garden from getting a lot of pests. Although I'm pretty sure cabbage worms do not care about mint, because I've had a lot of cabbage worms. Where you like peel back one of the heads, just like one leaf, and you'll just see holes all through the cabbage.
That's one of the reasons why I don't grow regular cabbage or regular iceberg lettuce.
That stuff grows really easy here. Well, like iceberg, but well, maybe not iceberg, but like butter crunch, romaine, I guess all that stuff grows really good. Not the iceberg.
Yeah, the pak choi, I like it because it grows up. And you can see if something's getting on it just by walking around them. I got cabbage up. Nothing on them so far. Good.
Yeah, usually my cabbage is great until I start getting a nice head of cabbage on there, like that big. And then I'm like, man, it's not too long and I can harvest that thing. And it'll be like 3 days later, I go out there and I'm like, maybe I should harvest it. And I look and there's just holes all through it. You peel back a couple layers, you just see like the little cabbage worms just going all over the place. But mine's an aquaponics, so I would just like kind of peel them back and grab each worm and just throw them right into the fish tank for the fish.
Yeah.
And I get tons of praying mantises. I bet you, well, I don't know, I'll lowball it. I bet you I've got at least 50 different update garden videos that have praying mantises in them.
And Sherry, if you have a bunch of ladybugs in your greenhouse, then they're probably going to town on those aphids.
Yep.
That's what they do.
And if you got aphids in a greenhouse and you don't know what to do, buy aphids, buy ladybugs.
And if you have a lot of ladybugs, you should look up what ladybug eggs look like and what ladybug bug larva looks like. That way, when you see eggs or see larva, you won't think it's something bad, because the ladybug larva actually eat more aphids than the adult ladybugs do.
Yep, and so ladybug larvae are not round. They don't get the round shape until they approach adulthood.
Yeah, no, they look like a little tiny spider almost when they're in larva form.
Yeah, they look like little aliens in the larva state.
Yeah, but if you don't have ladybugs and you need them, Amazon, like $10 for like 5,000 or something like that. It's awesome.
Yeah, my upstairs room where I do the hydroponics during the winter, I have ladybugs all over in there. They don't leave the room very often. Every once in a while, I'll see one come down here, but not very often.
Yeah, I would buy them, I think 15,000 at a time and release them. The only Periscope I've ever done was me releasing ladybugs while I was double fisting. I had like one camera on my phone and one hand on my phone and one hand on my camera. I was shooting a YouTube video and Periscope at the exact same time.
I remember that.
That was a long time ago.
I remember watching that video.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I think that was 15,000 ladybugs. I think it was 3 bags of 5,000. The only thing is you got to like put out water for them. But I mean, they're super cheap on Amazon. Just look up live ladybugs on Amazon.
And mind you, they won't ship them during the winter to the north.
Yep. And I've had probably close to 50,000 ladybugs that I've ordered. Out of all of them, only 1 bag of 5,000 actually came like completely dead. I called I didn't call them, I emailed them, and they sent out a brand new one like the next day. And I can't remember, do they overnight them, or is it like 2-day shipping, or it's something close like that? It's kind of like chickens. When you order chickens, it's like overnight delivery. Like they're hatched today and tomorrow morning. Like every time I ordered chickens, I would get a call at like 8 o'clock in the morning or like 7:30 in the morning at my post office. And they're like, we've got your babies here. You always hear like chirping in the background. You go and pick them up. I hear like, like that little whistle type stuff that they do.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was always funny because the people at my post office, at least, they're always like, do you mind if we check them out? Like, can you open up the box and can we see them? I'm always like, okay. Open them up. Because chickens are so cute when they're just hatched. Little tiny little fluff balls.
Yeah. Chickens are awesome.
Till they get older.
Some of the hens and stuff. I even met some pretty cool roosters, but the roosters tend to turn to assholes. But some of the hens, especially if they've got enough interaction when they're smaller going into adulthood, then they can be really friendly.
Yeah, chicks are cute, but when they're big, some are mean. Yeah, there's a huge chicken hatchery in northwestern Wisconsin, or not Wisconsin, Iowa, that I used to buy chickens from. No, Golden Harvest I haven't seen Golden Harvest in a long time unless he changed his name. You know? Or did you freeze or you just okay, you're blinking.
What?
You were just sitting perfectly still. I wasn't sure if you were frozen or not.
No, I was just looking in the chat.
Oh, but I honestly think I'm going to call it a night, guys. I had to get up early today, and I got to get up early tomorrow.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you. I gotta get some mowing done tomorrow, and I need to. I mowed my front half of my yard and part of one side, and I've got to do the rest of the side and the back tomorrow. I'll probably wait until the dew kind of dries out and then get that knocked out. And I might start working on turning my gardens here at home I might try and go down the street to the Tractor Supply Co. and I think I'm going to pick up maybe a couple bags of black cow and work that into the soil and my garden in the front and in the back. But it's time to get that stuff ready. It'll probably still be another week or so until I plant, but I need to go ahead and get the stuff prepped and ready to go.
Thanks, Eric. Thanks, Sherry. I hope you guys have great nights as well. And no, Sherry, you're not boring. And if you notice, most of the chats will go down to 2 or 3 people once they start getting close to the end, and then you start talking about leaving or whatever, and it all lights back up again. So that's perfectly normal, guys. But like I say, I'm going to cut on out of here. I don't need to do my outro stuff because I did that earlier while Rev was on his call. I did a shameless plug. I admit it. I did it.
It happens.
Good night, Sherry. Good night, Rob. Good night, Eric. Gohan. Adam. What's up, everybody? Hope you all have a good evening.
Just listening here, go ahead and check in inventory. Left to play it. Yep. Alrighty, so yep, good night everybody. And I will see you later. Bye.
Well,
Say goodbye.
all right, we're out. Later.
Later, everybody.